Hello and welcome to Property Money Trees Maximising Property Values, the once a month show where I break down the steps of how to recognise, enhance, and then extract the values in property in order to create wealth. Would you like to find out how you can benefit from the steps of maximising property values? This is even if you don't own a property yet or have a deposit. If that's a yes, then you're in the right place to find out. My name is Patricia Ogunfaber, and although many know me for my work as a solicitor, on this show you will be getting the benefit of my 30 plus years worth of experience of maximising property values, experience which has given me a net worth in millions. So who might benefit from listening to this show? Literally anyone with an interest in creating property wealth. Welcome back. So I just want to use this particular episode to just give people a heads up. If you're thinking about doing a full refurb, then you need to rethink your budget. A new piece of legislation has come into play in 2024. And what that means is that if what you're doing is with other dwellings, so that would be flats really, flats and or maisonettes, then your building regs person has to consult with the fire authority. And what is required, so I'm talking to other people who are also doing works, is that you have to prove the fire envelope of your dwelling. So what they're actually asking for is that you refireboard the whole flat, so the ceiling and the walls, and you also insulate the walls. Now that never used to be. So our project, so the joint venture that I have with Kerry Beckinsale that I have spoken about in the past, when we were going to do the works, we hadn't budgeted to do that because it wasn't required before now. It's just this new piece of legislation that has come in 2024. But when we actually started the works, you could hear every single word that was being spoken in the flat above. And that was just absolutely unacceptable. Now, this is a flat, the one that we're working on at the moment, that we are planning to sell. Now, so how would you feel? Somebody's asking you for very good money. You go on a viewing, and you can hear the television from the flat, above. Or you can hear the person above having a phone conversation. Or you can hear their radio. You're not going to buy it, are you? You're definitely not. So anyway, we got there, realised what the problem was, and decided that we were going to sound insulate. Now, we have a contingency sum, so we're still within it. But this is one of the reasons why you should always have a contingency. So we're nearly blown it, but anyway, decided we were going to sound insulate. So we had all the ceilings taken down, put insulation in, and even now, before we've reboarded, it makes such a big difference. So we're not doing full sound insulation, but it's so much better. We can't make out voices anymore. So we can still hear impact noise, but that is mainly because they didn't do anything above. There's nothing we can really do about that. We can only deaden it. We can't completely eradicate it. So that's that side of things. But because we brought the ceilings down, we took all the ceiling boards down, we have to put new ones up. Now, in flats, you always have to have that fire envelope. So it was clear to us that we would need to use fireboard, when reboarding the ceilings. there was just no other way. It's always been a requirement. So in doing that, we were already going to comply with this new, you have to redo it, because we were already redoing that fire envelope. But can you imagine if we'd not decided to do the fire insulation? We'd have more or less finished our works only to be told, can you prove that, the integrity of your fire envelope? And then we wouldn't have been able to. So sometimes, if you see something that needs doing, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Do the right thing, because in doing the right thing, you might actually be saving yourself a whole load of hassle and a whole load of money going forward. Our ceilings are going to be fireboarded. And then what we also did was we thought, anywhere where we are sharing a wall with the communal areas, or we're sharing a wall with the next door flat, we are also going to reboard. So again, we took down the walls and we are reboarding with fire. And apparently that is what the new legislation requires. Now, we've not yet had an inspection from our building regs person, and this is literally just talking to other people, and I was just so delighted that we had decided to do the sound insulation, because if we hadn't, we'd have been that much further ahead with what we're doing, only to realise that we had to go back, literally go back and undo everything and redo it in order to comply with building regs and get our completion certificate, which is going to be essential considering that we intend to actually sell this particular property. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is this: if you are looking to do a full refurb and your works are notifiable, so either you're moving a kitchen from a room into another room, or you're creating an ensuite, or you're doing any structural works. So for instance, you are removing chimney breasts, or you're doing a loft extension, anything where you do need building regs, that is, you have to notify them. The local authority needs to be notified. And you can notify the local authority itself directly, or you can use a private firm who will notify on your behalf. And you will then have building regs involved. And when they're involved, are you doing a full refurb? These are the things you're going to have to do. So think about the fire envelope of your property if it's not a house. Now, I think houses are fine, and the building regs inspector doesn't have to consult with the fire authority, mainly because it's a house and it's a single dwelling. But where you've got 2 or more flats, then there is a duty to consult with the fire authority. And what the fire authority apparently wants is what I've just spoken about. So what we're doing in order to just make sure that things go smoothly is we're doing a fire risk assessment of the works that we're doing and of the flat in question. So the intention is to answer every single question that the fire authority may well have in this document, so that nothing holds our project up. So I literally just had to share that, with you guys. This is a new thing. This is something that everyone really should know about, so that when you are doing your refurbs, if you're doing a refurb to a flat or a maisonette, that you actually know about this and you cost it in appropriately. Otherwise, things might not go so well. So all the very best to everyone, and I will keep you posted. So once the inspector's been, I will know exactly what the requirements are, and going forward it will be a lot more straightforward. But everyone's in new territory at the moment, so it's a question of just talking to other people, seeing what they're doing, what their inspectors have said or not, and doing what is going to be efficient regarding the projects. So hopefully you will come back next month and I will have something else to share. Do take care.